Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay, nako, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Welcome ho sa ating programa. Good evening ho sa ating mga kababayan sa apat na sulok ho ng United Kingdom. Good evening ho. Happy Thursday. At syempre, yung ating mga kababayan din sa apat na sulok ho ng Europa. Dahil halos pareho ho tayo ng time zone, no? Oras ho. So, good evening ho. Welcome ho dito po sa ating programang Immigration Corner. At syempre, hindi lamang UK, hindi lamang Europa. Siyempre, lahat ng kababayan natin na nasa buong mundo, pinatutuloy ho natin, no? Tuloy ho kayo kabayan. So, kung kayo ho ay nasa Pilipinas, Canada, America, Middle East, saan mang bahagi ho ng mundo, naroon kayo at kayo ho ay nakikihalo o nakikisabay ho sa amin, well, welcome ho dito sa ating programa. Ako po si SONNY LARAGAN, no? Every Thursday evening ho, nandito ho tayo sa palatuntunang programang Immigration Corner. Ayan, namiss ko itong aking kasama eh. Pakikilala ko na. Ito, last week hindi ho tayo nakapag-programa dahil napakasama ho ng boses ko. Wala ho kayong marinig sa akin, no? Parang umuungol lang ako. I don't know, for some reason, Wednesday, the day before, I was not feeling well. So, paggising ko na kinabukasan ng Thursday of last week, no? Ang sama ng boses ko talaga. Parang hirap talaga ako, no? Pero a lot of girls would love that voice dahil bedroom voice yun eh. Pero siyempre yun ang boses na masama, parang croaky na hindi mo malaman. Anyway, mga kaibigan, na-miss ko to. Every Thursday we look forward to seeing each other. It's our way of connecting to you guys, no? By way of the show. But she did it on her own, well, with flying colors, no? Alam niyo naman, napakahusay dito ang ating co-host, no? Ating siyang star of the show. Dahil Immigration Corner, hindi naman ho ako nagtapos ng immigration, hindi naman ho ako abogado. So, andito lang ho ako upang bigyan daan yung mga tanong ninyo, no? At saka yung mga pagbati ninyo. Siyempre, pakikilala ko na yung ating co-host. Namiss ko na for 1 week, no? Tama, 1 week. Dahil wala tayo last week, no? So, ladies and gentlemen, ang ating expert, ang pinakamamahal nating co-host dito at eksperto ho na sa immigration law dito ho sa pati family law yata kasama na rin, no? Dito ho sa United Kingdom, ang managing partner ng Douglas Simon Solicitors, walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA SIMON-CABATBAT. Happy Thursday, Attorney!
Sonny, happy Thursday! Oh, nako, I missed you more than you missed me.
Na-miss kita. Oh, well, not 100% attorney, like I was telling you off air. Siguro, okay naman ang voice ko, okay na, di ba? Parang nakabalik na ng konti. Except that I feel that a bit yung parang, yung when you're having how would you, hindi naman flu, no? Pero parang may ginaw pa rin eh, parang ganun eh. I don't know why. I took my temperature twice. First reading was 37, next reading was 36.8. So, andun ako within 36.5 to 37 sa normal na temperature, no? Pero I don't know why. So, I just took some paracetamol ulit, no? Ikaw, kumusta ka? How are you? I was worried na baka may COVID ako. So, nag-test ako, no? Yung ano ba yung tawag yun? Yung sa nostrils lang.
Yeah.
Bale. Oo, yun. So, okay naman. Negative naman.
Negative.
So, I was feeling confident na hindi ako nagka-COVID. But who knows? I don't know.
No, talaga. It must be going around, no? I mean, ako nga din, this week, in fact, I'm also feeling a bit nowhere near as bad as you, no? Nung nag-usap nga tayo last Thursday, sabi ko nga kay Pau and to kababayans, no? You sounded really bad. Sexy voice, absolutely, but sounded really bad nga, no? You
Oo.
got so I wish I taped you actually na nag-usap tayo so we can play it back. This gravelly voice definitely is sexy, no? But yeah, so but that's gone, but you're back,
Yes,
which is great.
oo. Yeah, I really sounded awful but I had to really call you to tell you, let you know na talagang I really wanted to do the show. It's just that parang I would sound awful. There was even a time there was a time I remember when I was doing yung embassy natin kaibigan mo at na siyempre, there will be times na may sakit ka, tumutulo yung sipon ko. Talagang I was no. That was yung one of those episodes. But yeah, I didn't want it to happen also during the show na umuubo ako or ang sama ng lalamunan ko. Pero okay ka naman and it went well, no? So yes. Ay, pero ano ginawa mo no? How was your week? So in a way, we missed each other for 2 weeks. Normally kasi if we see each other on the following week, it's a week of not having seen or diba, done the show. So 2 weeks tayo bale. Tamang ano. So how was the 2 weeks? Kumusta?
Yeah.
Busy ba ngayon sa sa mga hearings and everything?
Yeah, there's no let up there. I mean, it's
No let up. Okay.
no let up. Last week I was I think every other day meron akong hearing or conferences nga. But this week I also didn't feel too great, no? Yung nga, parang you feel like you have a temperature, but wala naman, no?
Okay.
And it's worse for me in the actually in the morning. But in the evening, like now, okay ako, no? Malamig nga lang, but I think malamig nga lang eh. So
okay.
so yeah, I think there's something going around. But at least hindi nawala ang boses ko, no? Last week nung nausap tayo, you could barely speak. So
ang problema ko lang, sorry, attorney, you were still saying something. And ang problema ko lang, yung when you feel like you have a temperature, you couldn't tell if you're having a temperature because it's cold or you're having a baka normal, baka it's because of yung weather, di ba? Malamig sa umaga. Or talagang masama ang feeling mo, ganun. Yun ang problema ko. I'm trying to determine kung ito bang parang ginawa ko, baka malamig naman talaga panahon or hindi lang maganda pakiramdam ko, ganun. So yun lang laging kina-question ko, especially nung kainitan na yan, di ba? Thursday, it happened on a Wednesday for me last week, and then Thursday, and then tuloy-tuloy na yun, Friday hanggang sa weekend, no? So ayoko pa naman magkasakit, no? Dahil it's not a good feeling, no, pag may sakit ka. Kaya ayan, no?
Yeah.
Oo.
No, tama ka. But I think you could probably kind of tell pagka there's when you're cold, no? Tapos there's nothing wrong, but yung alam malamig, doesn't it's quite, at least for me, it's quite different when you're feeling cold because you're sick. Parang the coldness comes from within, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a different feeling. It's a different type of cold.
Oo nga. So what I did was, like for example, is it today? Today. I took, naligo ako para kung sakaling kung sakaling magtuloy-tuloy yung lagnat ko at least naka-shower na, no? Dahil at saka it might help also. I was thinking na baka i-drive away niya yung yung parang feeling ng hindi naman body malaise kasi body malaise parang may masakit, no? Pero yung parang nilalagnat ka ba, 'di ba, yung So yeah. Oh, but yeah, somehow now I'm glad that I'm here and we're having this program again because we have a lot of may tumawag na nag-message sa akin, Rina, no? Rina na was always watching down, no? Nag-friend sa akin and nahihiya sila magtanong pero okay lang. So thank you very much, Rina, no? So she's watching right now. Thank you for watching, being there, mga silent viewers natin, no? So thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, shall we start with the little game? Wala kang ngayon, wala kang contest ngayon, no? Wala kang little
No.
wala kang ngayon.
no, I thought I'd ease you into it, Sonny. I did.
Tama.
But you will see everyone missed you last week. And everyone was saying feel better. It's keep warm, and I think some people were also giving advice na kailangan soup.
Ayun, At saka malapit na kasi as it's getting better na, di ba? It's nice na we can enjoy the weather, we can enjoy the season, di bang mga tapos na yung winter, springtime is here, and after springtime comes summertime, no? So we look forward to it. So yun ang pinaka ano natin, no? So sandali, meron akong pinag-check sa akin sa second, okay. So yun, what was I saying? Nawala tuloy ako sa sinasabi ko. Anyway, so nawala ako. Ano ba sinasabi ko, Attorney? Nawala ako doon kasi I was looking at the message here. Okay.
We were just saying, you everyone missed you, talaga, Sonny. So it's you see from the messages, and everyone's so pleased, I'm sure, to have you back. Me not least.
Attorney, I don't know if si Emmeline Rafael has rang you up. She has invited us on her birthday on the 3rd of April. Nagyaya siya, no? So he was asking kung yung and si Attorney Dana will be there. Edgar Duway and Irene Duway will be there, I think, dito sa London. So from Derby, they'll drive down to London. Ano yan, birthday niya sa sa ano daw, gaganapin dyan sa may hindi ko alam, Capthorne or Holiday Inn. I forgot the name of the hotel. Nag-invite siya. She's celebrating her, alam mo 75th birthday. Amazing.
Astonishing. 75th young. Yeah.
75th young. Yeah. Pero akala mo teenager siya when you get to see her in person. Si Emmeline, yung ating one of our avid viewers and friends of the program. She looks very young. Yung age niya she doesn't look her age. Para siyang ano ba tawag dito? Para siyang nasa parang teenager lang. I don't know if it's in the baka hindi ko alam kung nasa attorney, ano ba tawag doon? Nasa genes niya. Siguro when she was younger, siguro, I don't know, baka she at the age of 30 siguro she was looking 15 years old, no? Ganon. At the age of 50, baka she looked like she was only 27 years old. Ito para si ito si Emmeline, no? She's celebrating her birthday on the matagal na siya nagyaya sa atin So on the I think it's on the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken, of April. It's a Sunday. It has to be a Sunday because the day before, meron kaming get-together ng mga Cagayanos, no? People from Cagayan Valley or from the north. We're having a get-together. So on I think the 2nd, if I'm not mistaken, April 2nd. So alam kong the date after yun Yeah, si Emmeline, 75 years old. Imagine mo yan.
I can't believe it.
Oh yeah, I can't believe it. She could probably go on until siguro 100 years old na para parang nene. Oo.
Yun na nga. No wrinkles, ha? I mean, she looks younger than me. That's I'm so sad about that. Miss Rafael, that's not fair, no? It's just not fair.
Hindi nga, imagine she can run. She joined the fun runs, mga fun runs sa Dubai. Dubai yata. Dubai o Abu Dhabi. Basta when she was there, di ba? Nandun siya sa may UAE. To visit the daughter siya, yung mga anak niya, and sumali siya sa fun run at meron pa siyang medal. So ako,
wow.
I was doing coach to 5 ano yung ginagawa namin ni Oliver, yung C to 5K, coach to 5K.
Yeah.
But I stopped kasi I was doing something else, no. Kaya nag-stop na ako. Ayokong maubos yung manghina ako ng gusto, no? But yes. So, Emmeline, mabuhay. Ayan. Siguro, magbigay tayo ng daan sa a few greetings muna. Sige, let's have a little game ulit natin. Tapos a few greetings. Tapos we just have a chat lang, attorney, no? Sige, okidoki. Go. Ayan. Ayan, alamin natin kung YouTube ba o Facebook kaya ang unang pagbati natin. So, attorney, as always, no, walang dayaan, hindi ka ng daya, I'm sure, wala kang, ano, no?
Talaga.
Oo. So,
No, for sure.
sino sa palagay mo? Last week, did you do it?
Okay.
Did you do this? Did you do this last week?
No.
Oh, you didn't get to do this?
Hindi
Ah,
nga.
okay.
No, we
okay.
didn't get to do it, unfortunately.
Oh,
I
sige.
think today,
Sige. Sino?
I would say Miss Paner.
Miss Paner. Okay, so
Ah,
bakit? Wow. Dali lang, direct. Dali lang. Bakit si Miss Paner? Bakit?
Actually, I truly, I was doing this morning. When I woke up, sabi ko, the first thing I thought was, sino kayang unang babati? She was,
Oh.
I really don't know. She was the first one that came to mind.
No, okay. All right. Oo
So,
nga.
hopefully.
So paggising lang ng umaga, parang sino kaya mamayang gabi, no?
Very
So,
strange.
Tsaka maganda rin naman kasi, 'di ba? It's something to look forward to, 'di ba? Sino nga ba, 'di ba? Ganon ang ano natin. Sino ang unang bumati?
Yeah.
Okay. So, teka muna
Okay.
ulitin natin, bakit si Miss Paner? Ano reason? Why? What's the reason why?
I don't really know, but as I say, unang-una, just this
Oh, it
morning,
just crossed your mind.
nagising ako.
Okay.
I just thought, okay, sino kayang babati ngayon? I get so excited nga on a Thursday that alam ko we're going to see. Well, actually, my first thought was, sino kayang babati? My second thought was, I hope Sonny's there.
Oo. Yeah, the morning pa lang sabi ni Direk ni Pao, Sir Sonny, you're okay na yung voice. So okay na, sige. So I was okay na ako. Sabi ko, sige, yeah, we will do the show. As long as they can understand me at hindi naman ako yung medyo talagang feverish talaga ng gusto at masama ang pakiramdam, then I'll have to do it. Probably isang paracetamol. I took paracetamol at 6 o'clock para at least mag-kick in na siya an hour afterwards. Kasi effectivity yata yun, you can take another one after 4 to 6 hours yata, di ba? Ganon. So, at least yung first hour, after 1 hour, para mag-kick in na while we're doing the show, medyo okay na ako. Ganyan, no? Okay, so sige. Direct, let's go again sa ating sino nga ba ang una? Sige, let's see. Paner nga ba? Alright, tama ka.
Tignan mo.
Miss Paner.
There you
Ayan.
go.
There you go.
What's the
Marian.
feeling this morning? Yeah, yun nga.
So, kompleto ka from the morning na you thought of her until now. Yeah, sige, pakibasa, attorney.
So strange, yeah. So, hello po Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira. At sa lahat, happy Thursday po and stay safe and God bless us po. Yeah, you too, Miss Paner, no? Kumusta?
Yes,
Thank you.
good
No?
evening. Right.
we
Yung mga
we have a neck connection, ha?
Oh, yeah. So, yung mga bumati, sabi mo kanina, yung mga bumati sa akin, na nagpagaling, may mga nag-message sa akin na nag-private message. So, thank you ho. Ngayon, medyo, sana magaling na ako. I feel I'm not 100%. Siguro mga 90%. Attorney, sana maging kompleto na. Okay, next natin. Sino hula mo? Sige.
Okay, I think Oliver.
Oliver.
I think
These are
Oliver.
the kasi
Oliver.
ito yung mga
Yun na nga.
talaga mga di ba? Mga front runners. Okay,
Yun na nga.
alamin natin kung tama siya kasi tama-tama Miss Galicia, Miss Paner, no? Nahulaan mo. So, at least, okay, subukan natin. So, isa bang lalaki ang ating second? Go. Uy!
Oh,
Si Ma'am Cora.
Yun na nga.
Carsola. Yeah, sige, pakibasa, attorney.
Of course, yeah. So, hello, Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira, Madam Paula Perez, and all over informative, etc. Magandang gabi po. Okay. So, yeah. Hi, Ma'am Cora.
Yes.
Kumusta?
Good evening.
You
Ma'am
keeping
Cora.
well?
Yeah, Ma'am Cora. We saw her at the embassy, no? It's one of our very supportive na friends ng Filipino TV Europe at saka ng ating station, no? So we love you. And hopefully may mga get together out of town thing na pwedeng gawin, no? All right, sige. Pagkatapos ni so okay, babae yung una. Babae yung pangalawa. Si Ma'am Cora. So we started with Miss Paner.
Okay.
Sino naman ngayon
Okay.
sa palagay mo ang
Okay.
ayan.
Pangatlo.
Pangatlo.
I'm sticking with Oliver Fernandez. Tingnan natin.
Oliver
kung
pa rin.
nanonood ka, no?
Sige, Oliver pa rin. Okay, let's see. Kung lalaki o babae ang susunod.
Miss Rafael!
Yes, the birthday
Yeah.
celebrant on the 2nd of
Yun na nga.
April. Ayan. Oo. Ano sabi niya? Attorney. Oh,
Yeah, good evening, Sonny and Attorney Lira. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hi, Miss Rafael. Really, talaga, you look like a teenager. It's just not fair, no? It's just not fair.
Looking at her photo, look at her, no? But she looks very young, ha? Si Emmeline, no? Si Ilocana yan, Ilocana si Emmeline Rafael. Pangasinan nga ba o taga-Saka nga pala originally? Alright, so so siya Ilocana, puro Ilocana yan, pati si Ma'am Cora, no? Si Ma'am Cora Ilocana. Okay, sino susunod natin? Direct. Hindi, tapos na yan, di ba? Hindi ba binasa na yan, di ba?
Yeah.
Okay. Ayan, sino susunod natin? Sige.
Okay. Kay Rachel Catuisa Bautista. Magandang gabi, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. At sa lahat po. No, keep safe everyone and God bless. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Okay ka ba?
Good evening. Thank you very much for for messaging us. Okay. Sino susunod? Teka muna, direct,
ang ganda
ibaba mo
picture
nga yan,
na,
hindi ko makita yung pangalan sa ilalim eh. Ayan. Oh,
Si Mary
tinaas niya ulit.
Mary Rose Fronda. So,
Ayan,
sabi
Mary
po
Rose
niya.
Fronda. Okay, alright, sige.
Yeah,
Mary Rose Fronda.
Magandang gabi po, Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira. At sa lahat po ng mga viewers, stay safe and may God bless us all. Hi, Mary Rose. I
Mary
love
Rose,
her picture.
mabuhay ha. Thank you for messaging us. Sino susunod, direct? Ayan. Oh, bago ba itong pangalan niya? Nia Turner?
Nia Turner.
Nia,
hello,
are you-
Sonny and Lira. Good evening, Nia Turner.
Okay.
Are you the Miss Turner na kilala ko? I mean, anyway, i-message us, no? I think she may be Miss Turner na kilala ko.
Either she's a new viewer or somebody na you probably kasi first name basis tayo. Hello, Sonny and Lira. Di ba? Normally, Sir Sonny o di kaya Attorney Lira. So, siguro, tingnan natin. Taga saan ka ba? Nia, no? Maganda, apelido, Nia Turner. Parang yung singer ba?
Yeah.
Yung si Tina Turner. Di ba?
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner. Yeah. Oh, I love her. I love her songs, ha? Yung What's Love Got to Do With It? Ano pa yung mga song niya? Private Dancer. Marami magandang songs.
Private
Tina
Dancer.
Turner.
Yeah, no?
Diba?
No, she's a legend, no? Tina Turner.
She is a legend. And, yung mga songs na, di ba? There was a time when she was having one hit after another, di ba? Sunod-sunod yun. No? Parang Madonna, parang Phil Collins. They would have a time na, sunod-sunod yung mga songs nila. Okay, sino to? Ang ganda ng surname.
Imelda.
Imelda Hintay.
Yeah. Hintay.
Hintay Fernandez. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Siguro siya kaya nung dati, Miss Hintay kaya siya. Tapos nag-asawa siya. Mrs. Fernandez siya. No? Imelda, ano ba itong Fernandez? Ano yan? Surname ng husband mo? Dati ka bang si Miss Hintay? Ayan. Di ba?
Love the name, yeah. So good
Good
evening, Imelda. Yeah.
Good evening, Imelda. Mabuhay ka.
Yeah.
Rudy Libroho.
Yeah, Libroho.
Sige,
Clan.
let's go. Rudy
Yeah,
Libroho.
yun nga. So, Rudy Libroho. Happy Thursday. Lovely and elegant, Attorney Lira. And always good-looking guys and legends, Sir Sonny and Sir Edgar. And lovely direct Paula. Enjoy watching all. Team Libroho. Hi, Mr. Libroho. Everything
mabuhay.
okay?
Team Libroho, ha? I'm looking forward to going to Belfast. Gusto ko rin ma-meet sila in person, diyan sa Belfast.
Yeah.
Sila Rudy Libroho. Okay, Glyn Gali. Taga Black. It's nice. Ganda. It's nice, no? I mean, she told us where she's from, watching from, no? Ayun sabi niya, hello po Kuya Sunny from Blackpool. Ayan, so kasama ko si Attorney Lira, ha? Si Attorney Lynn Gali. Lynn Gali, ikaw ba'y taga Grace Park, Caloocan City, Lynn? Ikaw ba'y kapatid ni Boy Gali? Boy Gali.
You never know.
Alam ko, parang kababata kayo, yung Boy Gali who lives now in Canada in yata, no? But anyway, I hope yun nga yun.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Sige, next. Sino bumabati, Attorney?
Lorraine Cantos. Happy Thursday po, Attorney, Kuya Sonny, and everyone po. Hi, Lorraine.
Lorraine ba is one of those regulars? Have you heard her name before? Greeting us, attorney.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
good. Lorraine, mabuhay
mabati siya sa
Nice,
atin.
nice. Okay. Uy, si Darmin.
Darmin, yeah.
Oo, Darmin
Darmin
Balarino,
Balarinion.
Rinion pala, Rinion. Tama ka.
Yeah. Sige.
Oo.
Hello po sa lahat. Yun nga. Hi, Darmin.
Hi, Darmin. Mabuhay. Ingat kayo dyan, no? Sa Belgium. Ayun. Uy, Oliver Fernandez. Hinulaan ka.
Oliver!
Oliver, oh yes. Oo.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nevertheless nice to see you. Magandang gabi po sa lahat ng mga taga-subaybay ng pagmi-Miyerkules na na palatuntunan. Yeah. Miyerkules. Yeah. Immigration Corner. Oh my God, deep Tagalog. Masigabong pagbati po sa inyo, Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, at Direk Pau.
Yes, mabuhay ka, no? Oliver, no?
Hi, Oliver.
I hope yung pinag-usapan natin, we got the chance to have a quick chat during the weekend. And hindi ko alam kung itong weekend ba o last weekend kasi hindi ko na matandaan yung aking yung aking pakiramdam. But anyway, I hope you started yung sinasabi ko sa iyo, no? Kung hindi, okay lang din, no? But it's it might make a change, no? Okay, sino to? Oliver, mabuhay, ha? Thank you, ha? Okay, ayun.
Wow.
Oo.
Trying to contact me. Email me, madam. No? So yeah, yes, Attorney Lira, I'm inviting you on my birthday. That's so kind. On April 3rd, 2022. Please come and enjoy us. I've been trying to contact you, but no reply. Madam, did you email me? If you emailed me, can you send it again? Because definitely I'll reply. I'd love to see you all, no?
Parang inupahan niya yung buong hotel yata para sa atin lang
Wow.
Oo.
Would love to see you.
Mabuhay ka si Emmeline, and she's mentioned that a long time ago pa, and then sabi nga niya, and then nung malapit na yun, she's keeps on reminding. So yes, of course, no, we'll be there sa birthday mo. 75th ba ka mo? 76th, 75th, 74th, or sa 18th birthday na lang, sabihin natin. Oo nga, 18th birthday. Oy, sino to? Attorney? Pogi. Jofer,
Hofer, Pogi.
Hofer.
Jofer ba o Hofer? Ewan ko.
Jofer, Pogi, Cabacelos. Oh, yeah. Sige, this is a new name, right? Bagong pangalan to. Oo. Ayan,
Yeah, I think so, yeah. So, hi Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira. Good evening po. Happy Thursday to everyone.
Ayan, at saka
So, do we say Pogi? Ang tawag namin sa'yo, Pogi o Hofer?
Pogi, baka Pogi talaga, baka nickname niya Pogi talaga, no? So, Jofer, Pogi, ha? Ayan. Si Lizzie Hobbs. Lizzie.
Oh, yeah, Miss Hobbs. Hi, Miss Hobbs. So, good evening, Madam Gorgeous Attorney Lira and guapo, Sir Sonny. Happy Thursday. I missed you, Miss Hobbs. I don't think last week.
Iba ang Thursday natin. We get all of these compliments, no? So, maraming salamat. Kayo din ho. Puro kayo mga beautiful people watching the show, di ba? So, ayan. Ayan, email mo daw, sabi niya.
Yung email ko.
Email niya mamaya. Email mo.
I'll give you my email, Mr.
So,
Felder. That would be great, please.
That would be great. Okay. Ito, Cheribel Latore Igarta. Cheribel. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, lalo po sa inyo, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny.
Yes.
Cheribel.
Mabuhay, Cheribel.
Is that the Ukraine?
Ukraine, siguro, yeah.
Siguro, no?
Oo, nakikiramay sa Ukraine. Alam mo, sana matapos na, I hope matapos na, Attorney, kasi everybody's affected not only in Europe, kundi sa Pilipinas din, inaapektuhan din sila ng pagtaas ng mga bilihin siguro, di ba? Apektado tayo. Masakit ng nangyari. I don't know to si Putin talaga if dapat I don't know. But it has to stop, no? Okay. Johnny.
Yeah.
Katuwisa Bak. Ang ganda na pili niya, no?
So, good evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Have a wonderful evening, masaya, and another informative, educational night. Yeah. Thank you, Johnny.
Okay. Thank you, Johnny. Johnny, direct, hindi ko makita. Baba mo siguro. Okay. Alright. Sandali. Teka na, hindi ko maano. Ano ba to? Sabi nito. Ano pa to, mamaya pa yung mga questions. So asan tayo?
Okay.
Nasaan na tayo ngayon? Okay, ano to, may mga questions to. Mamaya pa siguro to, attorney, no? May mga questions.
Yeah?
Questions ba
Oh,
direct o ipinapasok? Ano pa ba ipapasok natin? Wala na? Sige. Pahabulin natin. Marami kasi mga greetings, attorney daw. So, madaming greetings. Okay. Sige, ipasok mo na. Hindi mo pa nilalagay eh. So, kaya hindi ko mabasa. Ayan. Ano to? Ayan. Okay. Tapos na yan. Si Katuwisa. Ito, Marian Galicia Panarla. Oo.
Yun na nga. So, yeah, that's good po, Kuya Sonny. You feel better now and always safely. God bless po. Yeah, she was, binati ka nga niya last week. Sabi niya, you
okay.
feel better. So,
yun na ba yung last na pagbati? Teka na naguguluhan ako doon sa messages. May 3 tabs daw, tapos merong ano. Ayan, tignan mo yan. Sige, si MM Giling. Oh,
Miss Giling, yeah. Hi, good evening po, sir and ma'am. Miss Giling, we need to speak tomorrow. Tawagan mo ako.
Ayan, si Emma.
She's
Emma yan, di ba?
lovely,
Sabi mo nga,
Giling.
yung, di ba?
Yeah, Emma. Emma Giling.
Okay.
The whole family
alright.
is great. No?
Teka lang, may nakikita pa akong
si
may
May.
Tigbaw dito. Hindi ko pa, ayan, si May. Okay,
Yeah.
May Tigbaw. Ayan.
So, si May Tigbaw Vargas. Good evening, Sir Sonny, Attorney Lira, Direct Pau, at sa lahat ng nanonood. Happy Thursday and happy spring. Tama ka, May. It is actually happy spring. Is it 21st of May usually, start of springtime. So we are now in spring.
And next, ito na yata ang weekend na yan, magbabago na yung oras, di ba? Ito na yung weekend na yan, di ba? If I'm not mistaken.
Tama ka.
Di ba?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Spring forward, so magpo-forward ang clocks. Pagdating ng 1 o'clock in the morning, it will become 2 o'clock in the morning na. Ganun yata yun.
Yes. Yeah.
Oo, di ba?
Tama ka. Spring forward.
Pagpalo ng alauna ng madaling araw dito sa UK, bigla magiging 2:00. Instantly. Ayun. So, yeah, nagbabago. Yung mga nanonood sa atin sa ibang parte ho ng mundo, iba ho oras namin dito magbabago. Every year ho kami, meron kaming BST kung tawagin. British Summertime. So, ayan.
Yeah.
Si Annalyn Antepuesto. Ito.
Annalyn.
Very, very cute to. Very petite and cute. Si Annalyn. So, ano sabi ni Annalyn, attorney?
Gorgeous, yeah. Good evening po, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. Happy Thursday po sa inyo and to others. Hi, Annalyn. Yeah, I do like her photo, no?
Yes, Annalyn. Very cute yan, no?
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Batiin ko lang si Leslie Hakaban, no? She's watching us right now. Leslie, mabuhay, no? Ayan, yung ating mga silent viewers, no? Sino to? Si Brett Abuan. Ba, ang ganda ng pangalan niya. Niri, Brett, no?
Yeah, Niri Abuan,
Niri
no?
Abuan,
Good
yes.
evening, yeah. Good evening, Good evening, Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira. God bless.
God bless, Brett.
Hi, Brett.
Same sa'yo. Nora Tabor. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Attorney
Hi,
Lira,
Nora.
Sir Sunny,
Happy
God bless,
Thursday.
no? Ayan, sino pa ba mga nandyan? Nia Turner, Sonia Camacho Turner ito. Yan ang pangalan niya. Sonia, kaya Nia. Sonia.
Yeah, Nia.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely, and I know Sonia. She's good people, Sonia. I've known her for years and years, no?
Alright.
Really,
Hi, Sonia.
years and years. Yeah, she is great fun, si Sonia. She's
If
great
I
fun.
were a woman or gay, yan ang pangalan ko, Sonia, no?
Sonia, talaga?
Well, the Sunny, the Sonia. So yeah.
Yes, of course. Okay.
Sunny for the male, sa lalaki, Sonia pagka babae, no? Or gay, no? Ayan, Rosemary Guban. Ayan, hi Attorney Lira. Sabi niya, Sir Sunny, happy Thursday sa lahat ng happy and happy dagdag kaalaman day. Uy, Rosemary Guban. Mabuhay ka, ha? Lynn Huiting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mr. and Mrs. Actually, sabi ko sa kanila, I spoke with them, no?
Okay.
So I said if they don't mind, I will say hello. So hi Lira, we're watching your excellent program from Administer the white things, no?
White things.
So they're a lovely couple, no? They just
yes.
And I'm glad it's I know they like the sun because so I'm glad it's spring now for them, no? But be careful, no? Sila lagi silang naglalakwatsa. They're very active couple. And they're lovely couple.
I would love to take parang a joyride via train via District Line yan. Alam ko end of the route yan ng District Line eh. Yung Upminster yata, 'di ba? Dulo yan eh.
Tama ka.
And then I don't
Kami
know
nga dulo.
Dulo yun
Richmond.
eh. No?
Yeah.
Richmond ba dulo niya?
So,
Okay, good.
Yeah, dulong so when so Upminster is on the other end. So I think it takes about 2 hours from
Baka 2 hours,
end to end.
attorney.
It's not quite 2 hours.
Kasi ang daming stop
way.
yan.
Long way.
Ang daming stop ng District Line eh, di ba? All the way to Upminster. But I'd love to do that. Yung, I haven't really reached up to the end no, sa Upminster. But I can just see there's a tube, yung, di ba, yung line kung hanggang saan. Makikita mo mga stops. But I haven't ever tried that. But I'd like to do it, no? Teka muna. Yung inquiry mamaya na yan, no? Gusto mo pasok ngayon? Yeah, may gusto ipasok muna pero mamaya na sasagutin niya. Attorney, ano ba yan? Ano para bang basahin yan? Liit yata. Nababasa mo yan?
Yes, okay. Yeah, so galing po to kay Cherry Bell.
Pero mamaya natin sagutin, mamaya mo na sagutin to, attorney, ha?
Sure. Yeah.
Pero siguro, I guess, direct, I guess, hindi na lang. Mamaya lang natin ipasok yan. Yung kay Cherry Bell, Igata. Mamaya lang, no? Kasi parang hindi rin maganda yung biglang bitin, tas mamaya pang after 30 minutes pa natin sasagutin yan. Ayan, si Nia Turner, Lira, pwede ba i-open uli ang UWA? Yeah, UWA.
Yeah, that's the UWA is the United Workers Association. That in the siguro 30 years ago now, no, maybe even longer. Okay. Sonia and I used to see each other regularly nung merong association tawag dati Waling-Waling, no?
Waling-Waling.
And then they became nga the United Workers Association. And Sonia was a hard worker for the association. It was all volunteer, no? So yeah, blast from the past, no?
Well, so what happened? Nawala siya tapos ganun so for a while. Siguro naging busy lahat ng tao.
Well, it wasn't really needed anymore. Dahil it was yung Waling-Waling, it was established for if you like, people who did not have status in the United Kingdom nga dati. And it was the first association in Europe, undocumented members association in Europe. It was quite pioneering, in fact, and they helped a lot and spearheaded really the domestic work concession at the time. And then afterwards, nagbago nga, it became nga UWA, and I know Sonia was part of both.
Okay.
It's baka
get together. It would be best to start siguro a little get together and then take it from there, no? So ayan.
Absolutely.
Sonia, no? Yung kapangalan ko. Okay. Yung last may pinapakita ka diyan direct. Ito si Ralph Martin Elizaga. Sabi niya, hi Sir Sonny, Attorney Lina, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Thank you. Good evening sa iyo. John's Guban. Sabi niya, hi po, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Good evening din, Johns, no? Jonah ba? Jonah, sorry, Jonah. Okay na. So, okay na ba tayo muna? Direct? Okay na yan? Okay. So, ayan. Maraming salamat doon sa mga pagbati. Attorney, you did, how many? One out of 3, no? Tama ba yan? Yung kanina hula mo sa beginning? Oo, pero at least you got the first one.
Yeah.
And then we had, Ma'am Cora, na sino yung pangatlo natin? Si Emeline Rafael ba? Yung mga people that you did not expect to be dun sa beginning. Unang-una na nakapasok sila. Sa mabuhay. Okay, may topic tayo, but parang ititis lang natin. Ang topic natin, ito nakakatuwa ang topic natin, very intriguing. No? Ito, new law on private life from the 20th of June. Ayan, no? Private life 2022. So, how many months from now? 2 months from now? Tama ba? A couple of months?
2 months from now. It's very, very new. It was only published actually on the 15th of March. So, we're only, 24th. So, was it last week or so? So, it was only published very recently. So, yung pag-uusapan po natin. Yeah. It has and in the main, it's good news. Actually.
Okay.
So, definitely stay tuned po.
Sige. Okay, stay tuned ho kayo. Huwag ho kayong aalis, no? At saglit, magbe-break tayo. Pagbalik natin, pag-uusapan, tatalakayin ni attorney. Itong na-intriga tayo, new law on private life from the 20th of June. Bagong-bago, on the 15th lang yata lumabas, no? So, wag ho kayong aalis. Diyan lang po kayo. Kami po yung magbabalik.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy ho tayo sa ating palatuntunan. Napakarami ho natin viewers. Wag ho kayo mahiya, yung mga silent viewers. So just say hello, hi, hello, no? Or baka may mensahe ho kayo gusto nyo ipahatid sa atin. You can use this as your message board ho, no? Itong ating program. Okay, on with the program. Excuse me. For those who tuning just now, ako po si Sonny LARAGAN. Ito po ang programang Immigration Corner where we talk about immigration matters, no? So kung ano man ang mga problema nyo, kung meron kayong nais malaman, gawin yung paraan para maliwanagan ho kung meron kayong mga immigration issues, no? Okay, ito na ho, once again, syempre yung ating pinakamamahal na abogada, no, na ating immigration expert, walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA, SIMON-CABATBAT. Happy Thursday once again, Attorney.
Hi, Sonny. Happy Thursday to everyone. I'm so excited nga to be talking about this new law, no? So I could not wait. It's good news mainly.
Oh, well, excited na ako. So siguro, Attorney, sige, take it away, no? Ang topic natin once again direct is a new new law on private life from the 20th of June 2020. Sige, take it away, Attorney.
Okay. So salamat po. Now, this is new, no? It was only published actually on the 15th of March. Ano tayo ngayon? 24 March tayo. So, it's less than two weeks, nine days old nga lang, ano? Now, it is, it's contained within what's, ang tawag nga usually, ang tawag is statement of changes, no? So basically, panibagong mga batas. And this specifically deals with private life, and obviously, to do with immigration and Article 8. Usually, it's said alongside private life and family life. Pero private life nga ito mismong pag-uusapan nga natin. Now, as I've said, it's very, very new, and there've been a lot of changes, and in the main, actually quite good changes, and they would be particularly helpful if you do not have a visa and if you have children nga. So, okay. So, tingnan nga natin. So, the old private life law rules nga basically cover four routes, no? So, let's just look at those. Tapos, let's compare it with how it is now applied with the new law. So, ang una nga, under the private life route, a child, for example, who is under the age of 18, who has been living in the United Kingdom continuously for 7 years and who cannot reasonably be expected to leave the United Kingdom can apply and potentially get a visa under the private life route. So yun ang una, no? So that was the old law. Pangalawa, a young adult who arrived in the UK before the age of 18 and at the time of application is aged between 18 and 24 and has spent half of their lives in the UK can also make an application nga under the private life route. No? Now, the third route is, say, an adult, no, over the age of 18, has lived in the United Kingdom continuously for more than 20 years. No? In the olden days, bago yung nagbago in 2012, it was 14 years, but now it is 20 years nga. So that's a third, if you like, possibility under that route. The fourth one is an adult, again, over the age of 18, but has not lived in the UK for more than 20 years, but would face significant obstacles, yung ang tawag nga nila, to integration into the country where they would have to live if required to leave the United Kingdom. So, kung galing nga sila sa Pinas una, tapos papabalikin nga sila, that there would be significant obstacles to integration. So, for example, kung bata nga sila dumating sila dito, that would be a usual scenario. Now, so that was what was contained before under the private life route. Now, don't get that confused with family life. The two usually go hand in hand. So when we make representations on private life, normally we also make representations on family life. Both are contained within yung Human Rights Act Article 8. But the family life route is completely different. So the focus nga ngayon is the private life route. Now, anong nagbago? No? Good news is the new law contained in the statement of changes dated the 15th of March, which will take place, which will be implemented nga on the 20th of June, has retained, no, the old routes, no, the old scenarios. Yung pinag-usapan nga natin, 7 years in the UK, kung bata nga, kung di ka pinanganak, o kaya nandito nga lang for a total of 7 years, and is not expected to leave the UK, or it would be unreasonable to expect them to leave the UK. So all those routes na pinag-usapan nga natin, they have been retained by the new law. No? Now, but there are changes. And actually, for change, good changes, no? So let's go through them. Now, where a child, so applicant under the age of 18 was born in the United Kingdom, so dito nga pinanganak, no? And who's been living continuously in the UK for at least, again, 7 years, no? And where that child cannot reasonably be expected to leave the United Kingdom, yeah? So, basically, someone sabihin natin nanay tatay walang visa dito, no? Tapos dito pinanganak yung bata. Tuloy-tuloy nga yung residence niya dito, and because dito nga siya lumaki, dito na siya sanay, especially kung dito siya nag-aaral, it could be argued that they can't be reasonably be expected to leave the United Kingdom. Before, no, ang visa bibigay sa kanila kung makakuha sila ng visa is sa kanya is 2.5 years, no? 30 months basically. From the 20th of June 2022, someone born in the United Kingdom and who has been living in the United Kingdom a total of 7 years and who cannot be reasonably expected to leave the United Kingdom can in fact apply for settlement, indefinite leave to remain. That's a massive change, no? Now, which is wonderful news. Don't get that confused with the 10-year route, which would allow a child born in the United Kingdom who's been in the United Kingdom for a total of 10 years nga, can actually apply to register and become British in the UK. Ito iba. This is indefinite leave to remain. But this is great. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na kailangan ng mag-apply every 2.5 years, maybe with the parents, no? So indefinite na immediately ang pasok ng application niya, or can be indefinite leave to remain, which is great news. Now, another significant change is where a child was not born in the United Kingdom, pero under 18 pa nga rin, ano? But has been living in the United Kingdom nga a minimum of 7 years, and again, who cannot reasonably be expected to leave the United Kingdom. Dati, under the old law, if they get a visa, it would be again for 2.5 years. No? Now, so from the 20th of June 2022, that applicant, that child, can choose to either apply for 2.5 years or 5 years. No? The main difference between the two really would be the IHS surcharge. No? So IHS is for 2.5 years, yung contribution nyo sa NHS would amount to £1,560. So basically, kung 5 years ang kukunin nyo, then doble nga. But otherwise, 5 years ang mabibigay nga, which is again great news. Oh? Now, again, the third, if you like, scenario under the private life route would be a young adult, yeah, who arrived in the UK before the age of 18. So yun ang unang condition nga. And at the time of the application, is aged between 18 and 24 years, and has spent half of their lives in the UK. So if you like, there are three limbs to that scenario. No? So someone who comes into the UK under the age of 18 is now aged between 18 and 24 and has spent half of their lives in the UK, can also make an application under this private life route. And before, ang bisang bibigay nga sa kanila, 2.5 years, no? 30 months. Ngayon, same as the an applicant, a child who was not born in the UK but has spent 7 years minimum in the UK, they can choose, that young adult can choose. They can either apply for 2.5 years or they can immediately apply for 5 years leave to remain in the UK, which is again great because you know the lesser applications you need to submit, the cheaper it would be, and the less disruptive, of course, it is, no, to the applicant child or young adult nga in this case. Now, the good news does not stop there. No, there's also good news for adults. So, an adult, so basically someone over the age of 18, who's lived in the United Kingdom continuously for say 20 years, or where they would face significant obstacles to integrate back to their home country, in their home country, can also make an application under, of course, the private life route. Now, before, kung makakuha siya ng visa, sabihin natin nakakuha ng 2.5 years nga, no? They would need to have a total of 10 years under the private life route, so 2.5 years times 4, obviously, before they can make an application for indefinite leave to remain. So, under the private life route, so yun ang bisang kailangan, times effectively 4, no? Before then you can apply under for indefinite leave to remain for settlement status in the UK. Again, the new law from the 20th of June 2022 says that someone who's granted a visa under the private life route can add different types of visas, periods of time accumulated under a different type of visa towards the 10 years, which means potentially you can get indefinite leave to remain sooner. So sabihin natin, example po, no? Spouse visa, sabihin natin, pag nakakuha kayo, dumating ka dito spouse, no? And then you were nearly 5 years nga in the United Kingdom on that basis, 2.5, and then you applied for further 2.5, but then the relationship broke down, no? Now, because the relationship broke down, you could not then apply for the indefinite leave to remain. But in the meantime, you had the 5 years. And then you made an application under the private life route because you're saying that in fact you could, you would face significant obstacles to integrate back, say, to your home, in your home country. No? If that visa is granted, then you only need, that applicant only need to show another 5 years on the private life route because you already got the 5 years under the spouse, which means you can get to indefinite leave to remain that much sooner. No? So, I mean, all this, it is contained statement of changes nga to immigration rules, and it was published only on the 15th of March. It's 205 pages long, you know? So it's not easy reading. And I've probably only read something like 15 to 20 pages nga lang. So I'm working my way through it nga. But so far, at least in relation nga to the private life route, the good news is they've retained no, the scenarios. But on top of that, they made it quite a bit better for some applicants, especially mga bata. Now, it doesn't mean that it's all good news, and they've also limited certain things. So, for example, there's a lot more emphasis now and on the need for good character. You know? So just give, and there's a whole list of things that that could result to a refusal under the private life route if you're deemed to have bad character. No, so convictions would be prime. So I'll give you an example. No, so someone, for example, who's been convicted of a criminal offense and was sentenced to 12 months or more, so 1 year nga lang, no, 1 year or more in prison, okay, before, yeah, they can make an application for indefinite leave to remain, so private life nga route, after 15 years since the end of the sentence. So after 15 years, they can then make an application nga for indefinite leave to remain for settlement status. The change now, so from the 20th of June 2022, means under the private life route, they would never be able to apply for indefinite leave to remain. So unless they can use another route, then they would be looking to only be getting extensions. You know? And the imprisonment, the 12 months imprisonment, applies to anyone who is convicted in the UK and also overseas. So if you have, if you've been sentenced to imprisonment for more than 12 months, kahit saan, that will jeopardize and will likely lead to a refusal forever, no, of indefinite leave to remain, unless you can use something else, unless there's another route. For example, if you marry someone and then you change over to spousal route, then you can potentially get indefinite leave to remain that way. So there's a lot more emphasis now on character, or rather bad character. They want to make it much more difficult if you have convictions nga, or you're found to be for example have taken part in a sham marriage. So they are looking very much to come down hard on applicants where that is where they've been subject to those things. No, it doesn't mean na hindi nga sila makakakuha ng visa, but it does mean, or likely to mean, that they may not get indefinite leave to remain for a long time, if ever. No, but clearly the beneficiaries, no, with the change are those who are fairly young. So children, young adults now. But this is I say this. It's great news, and I'm happy that the government decided to make these changes, and I think it's good that they have. It helps those that really do need help, especially mga bata nga and young adults in the United Kingdom, no. But beware, no. Even though they're great news, it doesn't mean that it's an easy route, the private life route, no. Kailangan niyo pa rin pakita nga that if you're arguing that it would be unreasonable to expect the child to leave the United Kingdom, you need to say why. You need to give evidence why. If you're arguing that you've been in the UK for 20 years plus, no, you need to provide evidence to show actually you've been in the UK for 20 years plus. If you're saying that going back to the Philippines would lead to you not being able to integrate back, no, to the Philippines, in the Philippines, if that's the case, then you need to also say why, no. So, but this is a great step nevertheless, no? And then the changes, as I say, especially in relation to those born in the United Kingdom, say born to parents na wala nga silang visa, they can make an application now. If they've been born in the if they're born in the UK, have been in the UK for 7 years plus, they can make an application immediately for indefinite leave to remain. Now, just beware again. It doesn't mean na yung mga magulang madadamay, no, masasama nga, no. That does not mean that the parents will get indefinite leave to remain. They, in fact, quite different from that, no. They will be, of course, it would be, it would help their case, where a child is granted indefinite leave to remain in the United Kingdom, but it's not automatic. You still need to make your case. But nevertheless, it is great news, and I'm pleased to be able to say that it will all come into play on the 20th of June. So in 8 weeks' time. So if you think that you're likely to satisfy this, then you have about 8 weeks now to prepare. And if you're looking to actually make an application now, but you think you satisfy, in fact, one of these routes, it may be an idea to wait until the 20th of June before making the application, so that the new law would be applicable to you. So think tactics also. So it's great news.
Okay, no, great news to, no. So tactics. Okay, this is new law on private life, no? From the 20th of June. So may mga now 20 years old. But anyway, sige, tuloy-tuloy na tayo sa medyo ano yan because you said napakaraming pages niya, no? Tapos you're just scratching siguro the surface, no? Ito yung mga salient features ba, attorney? Itong binanggit mo?
Yeah.
4 conditions ba?
Yeah.
Apat ba yan? How many though?
So the routes are 4. Yeah,
4
tama.
routes.
The
Okay,
routes are
sorry,
4. The
4
change,
routes.
the changes are within that nga. But it's it deals with many things. Hindi nga lang ito. But yeah, it's 205 pages.
Wow, dami, no? Okay, sige, pasok na natin mga questions. Sa kanina, bago tayo mag-break, meron tayong question. Pero sige, go direct. Sige. Okay, ayan, question and answer, mga questions ninyo, kaya wag ho kayong mahiya, no? Ipasok ho ninyo, or kung meron kayong alam na mga kakilala, kaibigan, or whatever questions nila at nahihiya sila magtanong, itanong ho ninyo rito, no? Okay, so ito, si Cheribel Latorre Igarta, no? Sabi niya, meron po ako inquiry tonight. Someone is in tourist visa with 2 children, British citizen, 3 and 7 years old. They were in the PH for a long time, the whole family. First, si husband brought the kids to continue their education here. So, si Pinay, sumunod naka-tourist visa. I don't know how that's possible, no? Naka-tourist visa at the moment, last year lang dumating. Tourist visa, last year lang dumating, okay? Ano daw po, best visa application niya, sorry. In an unfortunate circumstance, or siguro change of events, namatay si British hubby lately. Ano daw po ba best visa application niya ang tamang gawin? Ano daw po ang best visa application niya ang tamang gawin? Does she need to go back to the Philippines with the kids and apply, or get a solicitor to apply here? Nasa shock yata, moments pa siya at gathering details. Sadali, direct, nasa ilalim na ako. Gathering details, what to do. Salamat po ng marami. Ayan, okay. Naintindihan mo, attorney?
Yeah. Cheribel, ang payo ko, let's start with this. Huwag siyang babalik. Okay? Muna. Dahil yung dalawang bata, British nga sila dito nakatira, and she would be required to look after them, of course. No? Kahit nga basic visa nga siya. So, wag siyang babalik because that may leaving the UK to come back into the UK, even though British citizens na nga yung mga bata, may be quite difficult, no? So, the second thing, so she should seek legal advice, ha? because there are a number of things. There are routes that may be available to her. No? It's just a bit strange na visit visa ng pagpasok niya dito. I suspect that maybe it was to do with income, potentially, that she could not satisfy the income requirements because maybe the husband could potentially was unwell even then, no? So, pangalawa nga, seek advice. So, don't go back. Yung sabi mo sa kaibigan mo, seek legal advice because there are routes that may be available to her given the fact that yung parehong anak nga niya, they're quite young, they're British, they obviously need to be looked after. In the United Kingdom, they may already have a home, and they may even be going to school nga. So she has a fair chance in actually getting leave to remain in the United Kingdom on various possibilities, including, of course, family life, yung Article 8 na pinag-usapan natin kanina. So don't let her go back. No, and if she wants to, also she can give me a call or email me, and I'm more than happy to hopefully point her in the right direction. No, o mag-usap nga kami. And I'm sorry for her loss. It must be terrible. No, batang-bata pa yung mga bata.
Posible ba yun? Is it possible, for example, say for isang Briton, may nabuntis siyang meron siyang fiancé or whoever doon sa Pilipinas o girlfriend, no? Nakabuntis siya, kunyari, 2 anak. Pwede bang dali ng isang British guy, i-apply ng British passport sa Pilipinas, tapos dalhin dito? Yung bang, when you try to get the spouse, diba, may requirement ng salary, at least. Yan ba? So, in that scenario, can a British, kunyari, ako British ako, I went back home, may girlfriend akong Pinay doon, nabuntisan ko siya, British ako. So, can I bring my 2 children sa UK?
Yeah. I mean, they would be British because they're born to to their father who's British nga. But it's unusual
no conditions about the
British.
salary. Parang baka ganun inaano ko. I was thinking kasi when you're trying to get a spouse, one of the downfalls or the is the requirement, diba? Yung money requirement. So in this case ba any Briton, they go home, they desire a child there, they can bring them over without any complications?
Yeah, the children can, no, because the children would be British,
really, yeah?
Because they're born to their father who is British, but not the mother. No?
Okay, not the mother. Okay.
So not the mother. So in this case, I suspect. I mean, this hula nga lang to, no. But it could be nang nangyari nga dinala dito yung nanay, yung asawa nga. At the time, they could not satisfy maybe the income requirement, no. Mm-hmm. It could be that at the time may sakit na nga yung Briton. So it meant that nevertheless they wanted to come to the UK and dumating nga siya dito to visit. And unfortunately, the hubby died. And so now she's faced with the possibility of having to leave the United Kingdom with her 2 British children. Now, it's unusual though, no, for someone to be granted a visit visa. Dahil the Home Office are very suspicious. So if you apply for a visit visa for the mother of your child, for your wife to enter the UK, immediately ang tanong nila, bakit? No? I mean, and is the intention to only visit the United Kingdom true, or is it just a pretext, if you like, no? To just enter the UK and then when in the UK, see about making an application in the UK, which obviously you should not do. You're not allowed not to do. So it's unusual, but it's not impossible, no? And especially if you explain that, there's the issue of income, and for this reason, she's only coming in as a visitor, or it could even be that there's no issue of income, but they didn't want to actually stay in the UK, no? It could be that they're looking to go back to the Philippines to pursue a family life there or anywhere else. So, but in her case, nito, Cheribel, sabi mo sa kaibigan mo, wag siya munang babalik. She should seek advice as soon as possible, no? Because there are possibilities for her to remain in the United Kingdom given the very young ages of the children.
Attorney, ito lang, habang kasi hindi kita maputol magsalita, merong additional ano rito, info lang, baka it might add on or change yung opinion, no? So ayan, kung dito pinanganak ang child at 7 years old na so pasok sa private life, then ano mangyayari sa nanay na ano yan? Na no visa?
No visa. Yeah. Well,
At teka muna, pinanganak dito, so dumating siya rito, pinanganak niya rito, tapos meron siyang tourist visa?
Yeah, no, iba po to. Galing ko to kay
kay
Sonia.
Kay Nia Turner. Sorry. Iba pa yung kay
Turner.
Garta kanina. Okay, alright. Okay, akala
Yeah.
ko, sorry.
So,
Akala ko
yeah.
ito yung parang, okay, go ahead please.
So yung nga, no, I mean it's a very good question actually, and it's one that will be interesting to see what happens, no, after June 20th nga. Now, yung the child may actually get a visa, no, for even indefinite leave to remain. Now, hindi po yung automatic, no, hindi yung automatic. So para sa nanay. Nanay still needs to make an application, of course. Now, however, kung makalusot nga yung bata, makakuha nga yung bata ng indefinite leave to remain in the UK, by extension, it will help considerably the mother's status in the UK. Because then she can say, well, she does not wish to be separated nga from her child. But be careful, no? And this is a case that we discussed before a few months back. It's called NA Bangladesh. And that's a Court of Appeal case. So it's binding law. And there, the court basically said there's no presumption either way in favor of a child staying in the United Kingdom. So, but nevertheless, yung nga, kung makalusot yung bata and actually gets indefinite leave to remain, it will immensely assist the mother kung overstayer nga yung nanay.
Makakatulong, bale, no? Makakatulong. Ayan. Attorney, you were giving two options dito. Something about a minimum of 7 years. I partly picked it up, no? And then the old law says 2.5 years. And now, in the new law, you can choose between 2.5 and 5 years. But this is more on the search here. The reason why these options are there is because 2.5 you pay, you know, yung an IHS surcharges ba yan? Or no? And then yung 5 years. So parang yun lang the difference nun. Yun ba yun? Could you explain that quickly lang a bit lang?
Yung nga. So, so a child who's not born in the UK, who's been in the United Kingdom for 7 years, and it's not reasonable to expect them to leave the UK, or a young adult who arrived in the UK before the age of 18, and is aged between 18 and 24 at the time of the application, and has spent half of their lives in the UK. With those two scenarios, when they make an application, they can choose, to apply for 2.5 years. Or 5 years. Now, you would probably say, well, why apply for shorter time? The reason potentially is yung IHS nga, the Immigration Health Surcharge, which it can be quite a bit, huh? So, for 2.5 years, ang bayad nga is £1,560. So, if you're asking for 5 years, di doble yun, no? So, so £1,560, if you double that, it's obviously a little over £3,000. Kung dalawa sila o tatlo o apat, that's a huge amount of money. So it could be that you can't afford, to apply nga for the 5 years. But the upside of that is, okay, dadagdagan nga yung IHS, ha? That it's a higher fee. But you only pay the one home office fee, which in this case, £1,052.20. So ibig sabihin, you actually make a saving of a little over £1,000 in the period of 5 years.
Okay, all right. Attorney, yung okay, marami tayong questions. Sige, Curve Terry muna. Curve Terry. Hi, sige. Hi, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Ask ko lang po, what are the chances na manalo sa hearing kung ang reason po ng overstay ko for more than 5 years pero married po sa British?
Yeah, curve ito. It's the chances really depends kung ano nga additional factors, no? So so you can potentially win a case on an appeal nga if you're an overstayer of 5 years because you can show, it's called exceptionality, no? If there are exceptional circumstances nga, and even though the Home Office did not agree it, and that's why they refused it, it could be that the judge agrees with you that in fact your case is exceptional, and for that reason, you should be granted leave to remain in the United Kingdom based on family life, no? It could even be private life partly because matagal ka na nga dito. So you would have a chance, but curve ito. When you're preparing it, you must prepare it well, huh? One of the more important things nga when submitting appeal documents is yung statement mo. Parang affidavit, no? O kaya sulat. So you must make sure that that is clear, no? And kung meron ka mga evidence that you present it well, and you must deal with the issue of exceptionality, because that is the main problem you will have. Why do you say that your case is exceptional? No? So kung si Mr. British, kung hindi siya Pinoy British, it could be that it means he won't be able to take up easily employment in the Philippines. For example, o kung meron siya mga pamilya nga dito, ibig sabihin iiwanan niya, no? Nanay, tatay nga dito. So make sure you put forward the exceptional circumstances that you have, and that's how you would win that case.
Okay. Mukhang inuubo-ubo na ako, attorney, nagsisimula na. Yung aking hindi ko na mapigilan. Okay. May a question lang, for example, may nagpapatanong dito, may message sa akin na nag-apply daw ng pumasok dito as a student visa. Sa initial application, married ang nailagay. Kung ilagay niyang single siya for the renewal ng kanyang Philippine passport, no? Andito na, no? Naka-graduate na ng masteral yata. Meron 2-year work something yata yung sa di ba? Yung graduate something. Ang nangyari nag-fill up siya, parang nailagay niya single do sa kanyang renewal ng passport. May problema ba, attorney?
Potentially, no? It's the issue of character is quite wide, huh? So kung hindi mo kung nagkamali ka, you should anyway correct it, because of course it may affect future applications you have. So sabihin natin kasal ka sa atin, nagkaanak ka nga, may anak kayo sa atin. Tapos later on you make an application to bring the child into the UK. They will potentially this is the Philippine Embassy, they may say, well, hang on, sabi mo dito wala kang anak, no? O kung kunin mo nga si mister, sabi mo dito, single ka. But it also may affect your status nga in the United Kingdom. When they say bad character, they mean it's wide, huh? So it doesn't mean just failure to make a full disclosure in the UK to say the Home Office nga. It would also be bad character, they would consider it bad character if you have made false declarations to other authorities. So, ang payo ko, correct it. Even though it's painful to get another appointment and make another application, you should correct it.
Okay, yan. All right. So, may next one dito tayo from Habonillo Hearn ba to? Irene, sorry. Irene.
Yeah.
Hi, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. May anak po ako, British, tama ba? May anak po ako, tama ba? May anak po, anak British, and now, baka may anak siya sa British. And now, nagkaroon ako ng 2.5 years visa. May chance po ba na makuha ko ang anak kong minor na nasa Pinas? Siya po ay Filipino citizen. And how much po ang visa? Please, thank you.
Irene, of course. Yeah, no, pwede mo siya kunin because you are here as a spouse, no? That 2.5 years ka nga dito. So you can apply to bring her or him into the UK as your dependent nga. Now, kung spouse visa ka, tapos yung bata papasok dito, just beware the 18,600 minimum income nga tataas yon now by 3,800, so then it becomes 22,400 nga. Now, kung yung 2.5 visa mo, it was granted on the basis of, say, family life or indeed even private life, but not as a spouse visa, okay, you can still bring your child into the United Kingdom, dahil anak mo nga siya, of course with the support of your partner nga. So that's also still a possibility. The good thing nga, though, if that's the basis, is you don't necessarily need to show the 22,400, but you still need to be able to show that you can support her in the UK. So absolutely, you can, Irene, you should.
Okay, wow. Yan, magandang balita yan, Irene. You can and you should, no? Okay, may question tayo kay Roseby Ibardolaza. Okay. Magandang gabi, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. I am trying to apply for my son's dependent visa na nasa Philippines. Pwede po ba akong makakuha ng affidavit of sole responsibility from a solicitor here in the UK? Nahihirapan po kasi ako na kumuha sa Pilipinas dahil nandito po ako ngayon sa UK. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay ang programa. Roseby Ibardolaza.
Okay, Roseby, just to clarify, itong affidavit of sole responsibility is not like a certificate na makukuha mo, no? So it's really it's a statement, no? And sometimes it can also be in the format of a letter. So the statement basically will say why you have sole responsibility for your son who is in the Philippines. Sole responsibility basically is kang bahala lahat. Kahit nandun pa yung tatay sa atin, wala siyang pakialam, hindi nakatira sa kanya yung bata, ikaw nagpapadala nga dito, ikaw umuwi, nagkikita kayo, kung may problema sa eskwela, ikaw ang tinatawagan, for example, kung may sakit siya, kailangan niyang ospital, ikaw nga din, hindi lang gastos, but ikaw nga ang bahala lahat. So that is evidence of, that's what would constitute sole responsibility. It's not limited to expenses or financial support. It's more than that. So ikaw bahala lahat basically. That's what's meant by sole responsibility. So the affidavit of sole responsibility basically is yung statement mo. I find certainly, yung second question mo, no, probably maybe get it from a solicitor here. I find it's easier dahil nandito ka nga, no, to prepare for solicitor to prepare a statement for you or affidavit, setting out why you say that you have sole responsibility. Tama ka nga dahil nandito ka. It's much easier to prepare it, and frankly, it's also, of course, it's English law, no, that would apply, immigration rules that would apply, and so it would be a bit strange to take that from someone nga in the Philippines. It should really be prepared in the United Kingdom. So the quick answer, Roseby, is definitely get it prepared here.
Okay, Rose, no, thank you. No, ayan. Thank you po. Irene Habonillo, thank you po, Attorney and Sir Sonny. Okay. All right. So thank you rin, Irene, no. Glad nasagot or yung nadinig mo yung sagot ni Attorney, no. Okay, we have a question from Leonora Ramos, no. Hello, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Hope you can give me advice. I'm planning to apply my minor daughter ng my minor daughter ng dependent visa, pero confused po ako dahil ang hawak ko po ngayon ay pre-settled visa. Okay lang po ba ako mismo ang mag-sponsor or ang stepdad niya na isang ILR na po? We are both working. Thank you and have a nice evening, no? Leonora Ramos.
Okay, Leonora, you have two options actually. Dahil I'm assuming you have sabi mo pre-settled status. Siguro si Mr. EU national siya, no? So I assume that he has settled status. It could be he also has a pre-settled status, but sabi mo nga dyan, indefinite na nga siya. So the first option is yung anak mo can actually make an application still, even though we're Brexited already, under the EU settlement scheme, but as incorporated within immigration rules, no? Because and this is you and your husband were here, I assume, prior to the 30th of December 2020, okay? You must be, because of course you have pre-settled status in the UK, and your relationship nga with your your daughter in the Philippines existed prior to the 30th of December 2020, and kasal ka nga, of course, his relationship with your daughter also existed. Stepdad nga siya before the 30th of December 2020. Now, on that basis, you can make an application under the EU settlement scheme as incorporated within immigration law. So basically, ang visa bibigay sa kanya pre-settled status. Well, bibigyan sa visa, tapos pagka nandito siya, she needs to make an application actually for pre-settled status. No? So that's one option. The other option is actually under the usual immigration rules. You can make an application on the basis that she is your dependent. So basically, for both routes, you are effectively joint sponsors, no? So under the usual immigration rules, kailangan yung pakita nga anak mo siya, nandito kayo, and you're making an application for her to join you in the United Kingdom. So there, you need to be able to, of course, that you can support her. Na you have this sole responsibility will kick in at that point, ha? Yung pinag-usapan nga natin kanina. So the sole responsibility becomes then quite an important issue if you're making an application under the usual immigration rules. So in your case, you have two options, Leonora. It may be, frankly, cheaper, no, to make an application under the EU settlement scheme as incorporated under the immigration rules. Potentially a bit easier, pero yun nga lang, you need to be able to show that, of course, you satisfy that all those boxes were ticked prior to the 30th of December 2020. So good news, you can do it.
Okay. Right. Yung kanina si Rosaline Ibardulaza, ayan, meron siyang follow-up na question. Yes. Hello, attorney. Thank you for the advice. If I get the affidavit here, do I need an apostille or notarized will suffice?
You don't need that, Roseby. No? Then you see, you're submitting your affidavit, yung statement mo nga, to the Home Office. Yeah. So it is, of course, immigration rules that would apply, hindi nga yung Philippines. And so you don't need it notarized. You don't need a notary public, or you don't even need to swear it. You just need to sign it and obviously date it.
Ang cute ng bata sa Facebook niya, attorney, no? Yung Facebook na.
Yeah.
No, cute ng bata, no? So, Roseby, yes.
Siya bang kukunin mo, Roseby?
Alright. Oh, yeah, siya ba? Okay. Alright. Ito, meron tayong isang question pa rito. Siguro, from Leslie Yul. Siguro, final question na natin to. Good day to you, Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira. Ask lang po ako ng advice. Yung anak ko po, kasi when we applied for visa, is dependent ko siya, under 18 years old. Ngayon, first time po namin mag-renew ng visa, and she's now 19 years old na, and full-time college student na. Puro na, no? She's living with me. Tanong ko lang po, under pa rin po ba siya ng dependent visa, or kailangan niya na mag-renew under separate application? Maraming salamat po, Leslie Yul. Ito, diniscuss mo nung the other time na nagkaroon ng problema, di ba? Because hindi nagsabay, di ba? Remember, when the young, yung anak ay nag-independent na separate, nagkaroon ng problema, di ba?
Tama ka.
Remember that time?
Exactly.
Parang more or less ito. It's the same to that situation. Go ahead, please, attorney, to answer the question.
It's very, tama ka. It's very, very similar. Hopefully, you won't have the problem. So the answer, Leslie, is you can apply for her as your dependent, no? Now, there's usually you can't dahil nga over 18 na siya, but the exemption to that is if she entered the United Kingdom as you're a dependent and under 18 at the time, which she did, yung sabi mo nga. And because of that, pwede mo siyang isama. So she is your dependent. Do not think that you are making an application under the adult dependent route. Mali po yun, no? The application you need to submit is still the FLRM. But so kailangan mo siyang isama. And for goodness sake, make the application together. Yung nga sinasabi ni Sonny kanina, we were discussing before I was involved in a case nga refuse yung application ng kliyente ko na hindi nga siya naisama nung nagpasok siya ng application. We won it on appeal, but it was certainly not you don't want that issue if you can help it.
Okay, ayan, tama nga. Na-discuss natin yan, attorney, dati, no? So, yan, if you can help it. Okay, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Pero meron tayong may additional na mga questions pa yata rito. Sige, ayan, sabi ni Kerf Terry, Attorney Lira, Sir Sonny, what will happen if you have COVID on the day of the hearing? Thank you so much for your help. Okay.
If you have COVID, you need to be able to confirm to the judge that you actually have COVID, no? So you need some kind of certificate, because otherwise they will not adjourn the hearing. Okay. So, and kung nagmamadali ka, because you want the hearing to take place, then try your best not to lose the hearing. Because at the moment, if you get an adjourned hearing, you probably won't get another hearing for at least another 6 months. Busy sila.
Wow.
But
okay.
certificate.
So kung meron kayong in-expect din na siguro na hearing, siguro physical fitness na rin kayo, no? If you lose it somehow without, it would take up another 6 months. Pero kung ma-approve mo meron, will it be, parang more or less not 6 months, ganun? Less than 6 months? Or you have no idea,
Well,
kasi it depends sa scheduling yan.
Yeah, they're really busy at the moment, courts,
okay.
and they're trying their best also. A lot of hearings are also listed, remotely, but it's just they've had quite a backlog. We're looking at thousands and thousands of hearings that were not considered during the pandemic, and they're just now beginning to be listed, and that's why we're so busy in the office, because it's just everything's being listed But the problem is, if you miss that hearing, you probably won't get another hearing date for another 6 months.
Okay. Wow. Si Irene Habonilla says, Attorney, please can you help us for my daughter's application if we can afford your professional fee, please? Ayan.
Email me, Irene,
Email mo lang siguro, no?
Yeah,
Pag-usapan
email me
niyo
or
lang.
tawagan mo ko. Yeah, and
Yes.
I'm happy to discuss it, because if you need my help, I'm happy, of course, to provide it. But sometimes people don't need my help, no? And I can just point them in a certain direction Pero kung kailangan mong tulong ko, of course, happy to provide it. Tawagan mo ako.
Ayan. Okay. Well, talking of tawagan, no? At magpapaalam na tayo, attorney. You can tell them now. So, baka may mga additional shoutouts ka or something that you remembered. Go right ahead, please, attorney.
Yeah. So we've been obviously very busy, tonight, and I'm sorry if I wasn't able to deal with all the questions. Now, any outstanding questions, o kung gusto niyong dagdagan yung questions that we've dealt with, because I've not been able to elaborate too much is email niyo ako, yung kabatbat@douglas-simon.com. Feel free to call me, but it's easier often to email me. And if you email me, lagay niyo din po doon yung telephone number niyo, because sometimes it's easier for me just to call, no? If you want me to elaborate ang pinag-usapan natin kanina, I'm more than also happy, of course, to do that. I mean, binati na nga tayo, no, Mr. and Mrs. Whiting, but sabi ko sa kanila, I'll give them, if it's okay, I would like to give them a shout out. So, Mr. and Mrs. Whiting, kamusta? Have a good evening.
Attorney, isang mabilis lang may message sa akin lang, Spanish passport, attorney, so baliktad, di ba? Ang surname nun, yung nanay, kunyari, ikaw, Lira, SIMON-CABATBAT ka, magiging Lira Cabatbat Simon ka sa Spain. Okay. Naging British citizen na itong Spanish citizen, kumbaga nakapasa na nung kanya mga exam, English and everything. Gusto niyang maging maayos ang pangalan ng pangalan niya, yung apelido talaga niya, yung tatay niya. So, nag-apply siya sa Spanish embassy para baguhin nga yung pangalan niya, no? Yung para kasi ang pangalan ba, kunyari Pinoy na Spanish citizens na dumating dito ng mga EU, yung mga nakapasok na. Ang passport ba nila pag naging British sila, ang gagayahin ba yung Spanish passport nila? Which means na yung kanilang surname ng nanay nila magiging last name nila. Ganun ba mangyayari?
Yeah, I've had this issue actually. This is more common than you think nga. Tama ka, no? Baliktad nga. So the best way to deal with that, if they have not yet issued you nga a passport, is by way of you explain it, you know, a declaration, a statutory declaration, which can also be a change of name deed, basically. So you just need to explain that this is actually your name. So you produce your birth certificate, your Filipino birth certificate, or whatever birth certificate showing the correct if you like name following, no, and that way they will then issue. You'll find they will then issue under, you know, middle name, last name. Pero kung nangyari na, nakakuha ka ng passport, unfortunately, baliktad nga, you can see about amending amending your name by way of a statutory declaration, change of name deed. So it's a possibility that you can do that. If they the passport office can be sometimes difficult, no, and they will likely insist that your name is changed with the at the Spanish by the Spanish authorities, but they also take into account that, you know, the order is just not correct, so it should be fine. But what you need is a declaration, a statutory declaration explaining it, and if necessary, a change of name deed on top of that.
So paano yun, Attorney? Kunyari, hindi pa sa may Spanish passport, which is yung surname ng mother, no? Ang ending. So kung hindi pa, you say, hindi pa siya na-i-apply yung British, ano yun? So, mag-apply muna ng British, gano'n? Tapos when they fill up the form, they make the yung gusto nilang, ano, yung gusto nilang pangalan, kunyari, yung Lira SIMON-CABATBAT, no? Hindi na yung Lira CABATBAT SIMON. Do they do it in the application? Ano yung sinasabi mo? Prior, sabi mo kasi, kung hindi pa na ano yung passport, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, prior to, when you make, pagkapapasok niyo yung application niyo for the first passport nga, no? Then you say there, you include with the application a declaration, parang affidavit, no? Saying, itong pangalan, itong tunay mong pangalan, this is the order actually that it should be. And you can also include within that declaration nga, if you like, a kind of a change of name deed. So sasabihin mo, you want to, of course, be known under the correct order of your name, Lira SIMON-CABATBAT, and not Lira CABATBAT SIMON. And the passport office will take that into account. Yung nga, and in the case of Spanish passport holders, alam naman nila na baliktad no? So you will probably find that it's not as difficult as you think it is.
Ayan, okay. So, pwede na silang dumiretso. So, okay, the Spanish passport, pwede na maging British citizen. So, pag-apply nila ng passport, pwede na. They can do straight away. Kasi, ang pagkakasabi sa akin, kumukuha ng appointment sa Spanish, kasi pwede yatang baguhin doon sa Spanish embassy, no? Kasi merong na-meet dati na Pinoy, pangalan yung gano'n, yung parang Lira SIMON-CABATBAT, gano'n, no? Gano'n ang sequence. So, nagtaka siya, nagtanong yata, bakit ganyan ka? Ang apelido ng tatay mo ending. Hindi, ginawa ko na to, in-apply ko to. Na gano'n. So, pwede pala, na hindi naman niya na-realize na pwede pala, right at the very start. So, nag-apply ng, ngayon, sa Spanish embassy, kaya lang nagtatagal yung kung kailan na schedule ba. Pero can you safely advise, attorney, na she goes ahead with the British application of the passport and then bring, ano sabi mo, affidavit ba? Or ano yung sinasabi ka? Affidavit or statement?
Statutory. Yeah, statutory declaration. Kung ako kayo, tactically, no, before going through all the trouble of having to change the Spanish passport, pasok niyo application, but make sure you include with that, as I say, yung declaration, basically explaining why it is that the order of the name is wrong, okay, and or rather the order of the name should be a different way sa British passport, no, because they know that anyway, na baliktad nga for the Spanish. So you may find that they would put it, they would note it on your passport as LIRA SIMON-CABATBAT, for example. And if they're not happy with that, susulat naman sila sa inyo eh. And you can also ask for the application to be put on hold for obviously a short period until you get that sorted.
So maganda rin pala, so they can go straight ahead kung ano, para at least to give it a try. And then basta put in all of this statutory declaration ba yung sinabi mo kanina? And then plus yung birth certificate to show really that tawag dito na ito yung talagang gusto ko, ito yung talagang birth certificate ko sa ano. Yeah, it's just a quirkiness of the Spanish way of setting up mga names nila, no, na ending yung nanay, no. Kasi doon sa atin kunyari parang ano ka, Lira Simon, parang Lira Cabatbat E Simon, di ba? Parang gano'n, no? Sonny Laragan E De Leon. Diba? Gano'n, di ba? Ending nagiging okay. Anyway, yes, Rose B. Bardelosa, thank you so much po. Napapasalamat sa atin. Thank you rin, no? Maraming salamat. So, thank you. Marian Galicia Paner, maraming salamat po sa magandang topic tonight, and good night and take care everyone and stay safe always. God bless us po. Yeah, maraming salamat. Okay, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Nako, napakarami natin mga tanong for tonight. Yan ang nga sinasabi natin, wag ko kayo maihiya. Doon sa mga, we know that we have a lot of viewers. Pero sabagay, kung nanonood lang, if you have no questions, okay lang yan. Pero I would like to encourage you to also greet us, no? Magparamdam lang ho kayo dyan to know, for us to know and greet you, no? Kasi natutuwa rin kami if there are some new people who are watching, and that only means na lumalaki yung family natin. So that's yun ang ating gusto malaman, di ba, attorney? And also when you greet us, tell us where you're from, kasi it's nice to know, we have a viewer from that place, that place, ganyan, no? So maganda ho yan. Okay, well, I guess it's time to us. Nagpaalam ko na ba, attorney? Nagpaalam ko na?
Hindi pa po.
But, go ahead. Paalam ko na.
Yeah, so I mean, just to say, no, salamat po. I'm so pleased Sonny's back. And thank you very much again, no, for joining us. No, it's always a pleasure. And as I said, you're welcome to email me. I'm happy to help. Feel free to call me too. But hopefully see you next Thursday.
Ayan, see you next Thursday. Ako, nag-uubo na ako nito latter part na, no? Hopefully, hindi pa nga ako 100%, but hopefully, this weekend, totally maka-recover na tayo. Okay, well, I guess it's time to say, for us to say goodbye. So, maraming salamat to sa mga nag-send in ng mga questions. Thank you very much. And that is the purpose and the reason of the program is public service uto. We're giving away information do sa mga questions ninyo, no? If in a way it can help yung advice, at least you know what to do if eventually you seek professional advice, no? So at least meron na kayo idea. So thank you very much. Let's do it again next Thursday. So till then, it's Sonny here saying on behalf of Attorney Lira SIMON-CABATBAT and Director Paula Perez, no? Si Sonny LARAGAN here saying thank you very much for keeping us company. Take care. God bless and good night. Bye.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you. So you can be there for them.